I'm expecting $800 to $1,000 check. And then she told me that's not true.
If I gotta die, my man dying with me. Like, that's just how it is. Like,
hell to the no, to the no, no, no.
Let me know what you wanna do, 'cause my feelings for you is true. Baby girl, you're my baby boo. Spend the rest of my life with you. Don't let me Fatima though. County though. Tell me where you want to go.
Hello, Veggie Crunch Bites here. And welcome back to my channel. If you're looking for longer videos, I do create custom content. You can find my business email down in the description box below. If you're looking for my merch, you can find my soccer jerseys, t-shirts, hats, and jewelry from my business Instagram down in the description box below. And as you read by this title, this will be a story time of the time I got scammed. So, I was unhappy at my job. I knew I wanted to leave. It just was completely miserable. I never leave one job before I have one, ready to go. Like, I don't leave a job unless I have a plan B or C. So I'm at this job and I'm looking for a job at my job. So I'm on the internet. I'm on all these different platforms like LinkedIn and ZipRecruiter. People beware of ZipRecruiter. I was on ZipRecruiter looking for a job. They had all these jobs that were titled marketing. Should have been a red flag. A lot of these job descriptions were very vague. The compensation was very vague. The description was very vague. A lot of them didn't have any details about benefits or anything like that, hours. They were just very vague. So some of them had good rates and stuff, so I would apply if the rate was good. Like if the pay was good, I would apply. So you apply and it's pretty simple. I think they send you one email asking if you're still interested, and then they give you a call. So I have been taking calls for weeks. Never really found a job that fit. I went to a place downtown. I was just job hunting on my lunch break, after work, whenever I could. All these jobs were just either kind of unprofessional. I went to one job. I had an interview at like 2:30. It was going on 3, and people ahead of me were still going, so I walked out just out of pure irritation. So one time I got this one call from this company. Online, it was listed as some other company name. It was something like Hesoflex, something like just kind of weird. So you talk to them on the phone, and if everything goes good, the secretary wants to set you up with an interview. You go to this in-person interview. They give you a rundown about the different products that they sell. And it makes it seem like it's a marketing job during the interview. Once you make it past the first interview, the second day you come in is like a hands-on type of thing. So you go out into the field with a high seller, is what I would say. A person who gets a good amount of sales in one day. So you drive out, because take it, all these jobs that are marketing are always in the suburbs. So you hop in one of the employees' cars, and then they drop you off in different neighborhoods. So if it's a car, there's probably 3 people in it, and they all go into neighboring neighborhoods around the same vicinity. They drop you off, and you spend anywhere to 5 to 6 hours out there walking around, going door to door, knocking at people's doors. So basically, they don't tell you this initially, but it's door to door sales. And you get paid commission per every person you get signed up. So you're going around for hours and hours, and there's a tracking device in your tablet so they know when you're not moving. So you have to go door to door, and you have to put on X's and checks and things that let you know if you're to come back to this person or if not to come back, and why, what time, and if you do come back, what car to look for in the driveway or who to speak to when you come back. So you have this, you get a block and you make out your trail of your path of what you're going to do on this block. So you're going around door to door, and they teach you these skills, and there's these pitches that you have to perform and remember every morning of how to build trust and being able to let these people know who you are so you can get into their home and talk to them and tell them about going green. We were selling a product that was basically energy. This company was named Inspire. Inspire was to convince people to leave ComEd. Well, not leave ComEd. You'll be with ComEd, but you will no longer be using fossil fuels and coals to produce energy for your home. Instead, you would have to choose Inspire, and then it will be coming from windmill power for your home. It is a little pricier, but we never promised or guaranteed any savings. We would just say that you will be saving the environment. So that's basically what we're doing. But the whole setup was like, which I never got. When you go there in the morning, which usually, I think our morning meetings start at 11, you have to dress professionally. And it's like, why do we have to wear 2 outfits for work? So you wear your business casual to the office for these meetings. The first red flag that I didn't start realizing until later, I think I stayed there for 2 weeks before I pieced it together that it was a scam. These morning meetings seem like, at first it came off as motivation, and then to me it started feeling like brainwashing. She would pick this lady's name was Hillary. She would hold some meetings, and then other high sellers would take turns and they would host meetings. So it wasn't just always her speaking, but she was the ringleader essentially. But yeah, they would hold these meetings, and she would pick a famous quote by like Steve Jobs or Warren Buffett, and then we would create a discussion off of that, and she would talk about leadership and tactical strategies for like building confidence and how to have a presence at the door which would draw people in, blah blah blah. Really trying to pump you up, you know what I mean? And then the meeting started to shift. She started talking about people who were haters. Oh, don't listen to your family who are saying you're too money hungry and you're devoting all this time to this job. We don't see you anymore. We would have about 18-hour days. We wouldn't come in from the streets until about 8:30. And then I think on Fridays or Tuesdays, we would have game night, which would go anywhere to like 10 o'clock. So that could be like Dave & Buster's or bowling. So we would have 18-hour days from like 11 to like 9 of just walking around for so many hours. I lost so much weight there. That's a good thing I can say about it. I did get really toned and lost a lot of weight. But yeah, the meeting started to shift, talking about, oh, you might have haters, and everybody successful has somebody who talks negative about them, and nobody's talking about what you're doing. You're not doing anything. And I would listen to it. I'm like, But yeah, it was always strange to me how we had to dress professionally, and then we go out in the field. You would have to wear the Inspire polo with khakis and gym shoes, you know, because we walk around a lot. So that was always strange to me. So that was one red flag to me. 2, I don't know. When we were out there, it's like we were always running from the police because we not never, but most of the times we didn't have proper licensing. You had to have a not a vendor's license, but a license that basically says that you're not trespassing. And we didn't have that for every territory. So they would be in their offices making fake paperwork and badges to show that we can solicit here. And, you know, I think we got called, one homeowner did call the cops on us. And we went back to the car and pretended to go away, and then we went right back to that location. So that was like another red flag. It seemed kind of like illegal. And then it's like, when the people would complete the process of putting all the information in the tablet, they have to get this call, and you're supposed to leave the premises, but we wouldn't leave. That was suspicious to me. We would usually just go to the end of the driveway, and then it's a series of yes or no answers, and we had to coach them through the calls. Say yes, no, no, yes, 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 and you have any questions? Oh, I'll explain it to you. So that was also sketchy to me as well. And then also during the meeting, you know, people would say, oh, I rolled this week, meaning they didn't get any signups. So basically they would get no commission. So they would have zero revenue for that week. So I'm like, how are people sticking by this? And they're not, week after week after week, they're not making any money. Another red flag is I was talking to this one girl, I can't remember her name, and she was telling me how they were basically like on her, like cult-like they really wanted her. They lied to the rental people because she was trying to get an apartment. They basically lied and said she was management so she'd get the apartment. Then the boss named Hillary was saying that during a background check, they can see the apps you have on your phone. I've never heard that before. And they could see that I think she had like a Tinder or Bumblebee or whatever stupid apps that she had. And that was kind of creepy to me. And then I'm starting to figure out that the top ringleaders, I think they all live together. Like, I think they're roommates. That was another red flag. And the final thing that really like caught my attention, I went to this one homeowner and he was saying like, you know, this is the scam, right? Like when you go out on these, when you go out to like get your sales, people are like on a committee. They're calling each other's houses, like don't answer the door, they're coming. The scammers are coming. People yelling out their door, it's a scam, it's a scam, everybody run. And it just was like, it didn't feel right. I even saw this guy named Shane, who was my leader on my team, taking advantage of the old elderly. Like this lady was living like from check to check or whatever. Like she was struggling, barely making it. And he just signed her up for Inspire, which is going to be more expensive than she's already paying for her energy bill. So that was kind of like immoral, and it just lacked integrity to me. Like there's no integrity in that. And then I was talking to this one lady who was on my team I usually go out with. We were just sitting in the car because it was raining. Take it. You have to be out there all seasons. Hail, winter, snow, all that. You have to go out and make your sales. We're sitting in the car and we're talking, and she's telling me that they're telling her, you can't discuss your paycheck with everybody. Like whatever you get paid or whatever your paycheck is, you can't discuss it with anyone. I thought that was really odd. And she's told me she's been there like months and she hasn't been paid yet. But I'm like, oh, that's fine. Doesn't matter. I should get training pay because they told us you get paid, I think, like $400 to $500 a week for training pay. So I'm expecting $800 to $1,000 check. And then she told me that's not true.
If I gotta die, my man dying with me. Like that's just how it is. Like
Hell to the no, to the no.
What? What do you mean? I quit my job for this. So at this point, I'm livid. I'm livid. What do you mean you never got training pay? And not only that, I had signed up people on my code. I was signing up people. So if I didn't get training pay, I should at least get a few commission sales. And she's like, oh, no, you're not going to get any of that. And I'm like, excuse me? What do you mean I'm not gonna get paid for this, that, and that? Oh, no. No. I don't play about my money. I said, look, I gotta go. I gotta go now. I gotta get out of this. I said, do you want to drop me off at the office so I can go ahead and get my things and go? I said, you can leave Sean out here if you want to, but I gotta go. And she says, no, I'm gonna wait. So I put on a show. So it's the end of the day, and Sean is like asking all these questions, like, oh, what have you guys been doing? And we're just like, nothing. But you know, obviously we know they could see our tracking on there. So this was the plan. I told her when he gets in the car, turn the music all the way up, play some songs that are like subliminal message, like, oh, you played me, you played games, you're a liar. So she's playing this loud music. He can't talk. I'm completely quiet, which I'm not even a quiet person. I'm very talkative. I'm in the seat having a fit, and I'm like, I'm repeating the lyrics of like, oh, you played me, you this, you that, you're a scammer. Like, I'm repeating these lyrics, so he's getting the hint that it's pissed, like I'm pissed. When he got in the car, I also slammed the door. I wouldn't pull the seat back for him because we were in a two-door car. Like, I'm giving him attitude right out the rip. We get to the office. I just walk out. I don't move the seat. None of that. I leave all my stuff in the car, my badge tag. I didn't give a damn. We get there. I'm just gathering my stuff. And he's like, whoa, what's going on? I'm like, look, take this as my resignation. I said, I can't do this. You guys are not paying people. And he's like, well, what leads you to believe that? I said, don't worry about it. I got my sources. You know, it was very hostile. I was very angry. He was trying to call me. In the midst of that, Hillary grabs the girl that I was talking to, brings her into her office, and they start talking. And I'm guessing she's like trying to like see what she knows. I'm storming off. I'm putting stuff in my car. He's like, oh, you're going to get paid. You're going to get paid. And I said, I highly doubt that I am. I said, okay, if I'm going to get paid in 2 weeks, you have my direct deposit, send it to my account. So I get in the car, I zoom off. I never went back. I never heard from them again. A check did come in 2 weeks. And kid you not, I think that thing was like $400. If that, for 2 weeks of like 18 hours. So they took so much of my time, effort, stress to memorize these lines. They talked about how to stand and all these little learned behaviors we had to learn just to go out there, all this training. I mean, they took so much of my time. I was livid, but I knew I had to find another job. I had to. You know, I had basically put all my eggs in one basket for this one job, and I knew this was not working out. I knew they were running a scam. So that is the story time of the time I got scammed into a pyramid scheme or these quote-unquote door-to-door sales. Because it's like you get paid. Also, they talked about if you bring people in, you get paid. So you make more money. They talk about residual income. So if I brought in 3 people, I get paid off of per person. And on top of that, I get paid for how much they bring in. So I can sit back and chill because they're working, but I'm getting paid commission off of those 2 people. So I don't even have to work. So it was like you get paid per person you bring in. So I'm like, okay. I'm starting to see what this is. It's a pyramid scheme. Y'all, you guys be careful about these pyramid scheme businesses, this door-to-door sales, vague jobs that say marketing. Y'all, don't trust it. They got me. Luckily, I didn't really lose any money, but I got tricked and duped. It took me, I think, like 2 weeks to finally figure out what was really going on. Anyway, that was my story time. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification. Bing, bing. And I will see you in my next YouTube video. Bye, guys.